Hello, welcome back to Mutants Games, and today I'm going through my complete Crash Bandicoot game collection. Now, I've done this video before, but back then I didn't have all the games. I believe I have every single Crash Bandicoot game there is to buy. So, let's go through my collection. Right, so let's go through my Crash Bandicoot collection. So, first of all, I've got the PS1 games. So, I've got Crash Bandicoot 1. Now, this one, I did actually have the original game. I've always had it. It's quite scratched and doesn't play that well. But I also have all three games, or PS1 games, on my PS3 anyway, down digital copy. But I had the disc as a kid. I never had a case for it. So, I have now got a case for my Crash Bandicoot. Even though this is a platinum case and it's the original disc. But still, it's nice to have an actual case for the game in my collection. Next up is my favourite Crash Bandicoot game ever, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Again, this is a platinum version, and that is a normal disc. Because, again, I had the disc. As a kid, I must have threw away all of my cases. I had one of them books that you keep all discs in. Because this is, again, an original disc. This one works perfectly fine. But I didn't have a case for it, so I had to find a case. And I got a case and manual for this. Again, platinum case, but proper game. So, not fully complete, but it's still a disc for the game. And then we go on to Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Again, platinum game, but this is actually a platinum game and platinum case. Case is a bit knackered, but can be easily replaced, I guess. But yeah, that is Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. And again, it goes well with all my games because they're all platinum. So even I'd rather have the original ones and not platinum, it's nice to have all three of them looking the same. Then moving on to Naughty Dog's final game on the Crash Bandicoot series. Crash Team Racing. I never played this much as a kid. I played multiplayer a few times around a friend, but I never actually owned it. And after playing the new remake, I've really got into it. Again, this is a massive book. Actually, great game. I kind of prefer it to Mario Kart now because it has more skill to the game than just Mario Kart's very, I guess, child friendly. Whereas this, you actually need skill to win the games. I really like Crash Team Racing. Very good game. And then we have Crash Bash. Now, as a kid, I loved this game. Playing it multiplayer with my friends, it was amazing. But playing it now, it's not very good. Also, I think this is my original Crash Bash disc. I had a platinum one, and I had to get a case for this again. The only one I didn't have is Crash 3 and CTR. But again, I had to get a case for this. But again, all platinum except from the Crash Team Racing, which is a bit annoying. But they are all the Crash Bandicoot PS1 games. Now moving on to GameCube. I know I should have go to the PS2, but I want to go GameCube because it's the only GameCube game I've got with Crash Bandicoot, and that is Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex. This is actually my original disc as a kid, original game. When I sold my GameCube to get a Wii, I kept two games out of that GameCube, and that was Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex because I always wanted a Crash Bandicoot game, and 007 Nightfire because it's the best James Bond game ever. But this one has been damaged quite a lot. It's got bite marks from dogs, it's been chipped to the back. But it's my original copy, and I really love this game. Not as good as the originals, obviously, but I still quite like Wrath of Cortex. Then moving on to PS2, and Crash Bandicoot to Insanity, Crash to Insanity. Now, when I was growing up, I never played this because at the time I only had GameCube, hence why I've got Wrath of Cortex. And this came out on PS2 and Xbox, and I don't know if I had a PS2. Maybe I didn't have a PS2 at the time this came out, so that's why I never played it. I have recently played it. I played it on a 24-hour Crash Bandicoot streak? 24-hour Crash Bandicoot stream, and I played this game and finished it. It's quite good, actually. It is very good. I still kind of prefer Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex because it's in that same formula as different levels, collect each thing in the level. This is more of an open world adventure, which is not a bad idea. The humour is absolutely great. It plays well. It's just, I don't know, I prefer Wrath of Cortex to Insanity for some reason. Sticking to PS2, I've then got Crash Nitric Out. Again, I never played this as a kid, and I think it's made by Vicarious Visions. It is. So yeah, this is the sequel to CTR. It's very similar to CTR, a little bit slower, but I quite liked it. It's not bad, Not as good as CT Out though. And still with PS2, Crash Mind of Mutant. This is the game I've got twice. I've got it on a different console as well, which you'll see later on in the video. But I've never actually played this version. I've only played the other version. And it's basically a worse Attack on Titan, a worse Crash of the Titans, which I didn't mind that much. But yeah, the art style in the videos is quite jarring. Like, it keeps changing, which is not a bad thing, but I just didn't like it that much. Now, still with PS2, this is the Crash Bandicoot Action Pack. So this has Crash, Nitro Out, Crash to Insanity, and Crash Tag Team Racing. So, and also got Shadow the Hedgehog in here because I don't have a case for it. It's got Crash Tag Team Racing, Twin Insanity, and I don't think, no, it hasn't got Crash Nitric Out in here because I've got the disc anyway, so I'm not too bothered. I'll probably need to get another disc to add to this pack to make it for a complete collection, but I mainly bought it because it had Crash Tag Team, which I don't have like a game on its own. I've only got this version. I don't see why I should buy the single game on its own when I've already got it. So yeah, that's like a twin pack. Now moving on to the Wii. So the first one is Crash the Titans. Actually, I played this as a kid. I don't mind this game. It's actually a really fun game. It's just not a Crash Bandicoot game. But I like this game. If you get a chance, give it a go. Maybe not on the Wii version, because the Wii version gets known for the motion controls. And I played this again on my live stream, and I finished it in my live stream. And I think it took me like 4 or 5 hours. It isn't actually a long game. I like this game. It's not that bad. It's just not a Crash game at all. And then moving on to Crash Mind of Mutant. Like I've always said, this I got on PS2. This is the version I've played more of. I've not finished it because it's not that good. It's like Crash of the Titans, but worse, basically. So sticking with the main home consoles. So after Mind of Mutant, there wasn't really a game until Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy came out. Now, this is an amazing game. It's all 3 original trilogy packed into one HD remaster, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Again, made by Vicarious Visions. This is an awesome job. It's just perfect. It's a perfect Crash Bandicoot game. It's so good. Then sticking with remakes, there's Crash Team Racing and Nitro Fueled. Again, absolutely awesome job. This is made by Beanox, which actually works on the newest game, I think, a little bit, and the Tony Hawk's remake. This is great. Like, this got me into Crash Team Racing. I didn't play the PS1 now much, but I picked this up because it's a Crash game, so I had to play it, and I got addicted. It was so good. I was playing every single season. I still haven't locked everything. I still not finished the adventure. No, I finished the adventure, haven't 100% the adventure. Which I will do one day, but I'm playing another Crash game in the moment, so maybe when I finish that I'll go back to this. But yeah, great game, great remake, great controls, looks great, sounds amazing as well. And then finally, the last one on home console, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. A great game, absolutely amazing. They did a really good job of making a new Crash game in the modern era. It's got some awesome powers. It's absolutely massive. I think there's 38 levels in total. So there's 38 levels in total, which is like a lot compared to a Crash Bandicoot game. But each one has an inverse mode, where it's like the same level, but it's like flipped, and the graphic style changes, and there's different things to do. There is technically 12 gems in each level to collect. Skins to lock, time trials. There's ones where you have to get 100% and not die to get a special token. There's secret tapes to unlock, which unlocks different levels. There's way more backstory to Crash. There's multiplayer. It's just an awesome game. If you're a massive Crash or even a platformer fan, give this game a go. It is absolutely awesome. I mean, everyone moaned about the £50 price tag, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. And they're all the main home console, Crash games. Now moving on to handheld. So I'm not sure order we go, but we'll go through the GBA games. So I've got Crash XS, which is Crash Huge Adventure in America, I think. This is a game I got on holiday. I found one on holiday, and it was a Crash game, and it's an awesome Crash game. 2D platforming Crash game, amazing. I don't have any boxes for the GBA games, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And then I think this one's next, but it's Crash 2 is it called Nitro? Entrance. Crash 2 Entrance. I haven't played much of this. Very similar to XS, 2D platforming game. Great Crash game on GBA. And then moving on to Crash Fusion, which I think is called Crash Purple in America. Not a great game. Compared to the other two Crash games, this isn't very good at all. Then moving on to Game Boy Advance? No, Nintendo DS. So there is Crash of Titans again. Apparently this game is actually a lot better than the Wii version, so I need to give this a go. I haven't played any of the DS games because I always play the home console ones, but I need to give this a go. And then Crash Minor Mutants. I've actually got this game 3 times now: PS2, Wii, and DS. I don't know if this is better than the Wii one. It should be, because the Wii one's not very good, but I need to give these a go again. I've not played it before. And then finally, the best Crash Bandicoot game ever. Crash Boom Bang. And I was joking, by the way. It is awful. Absolutely awful. I played a little bit of this, and that's all I need to play. It's basically like Mario Party Crash Bandicoot. So it's like Crash Bash, but worse. And Mario Party, but worse. It's just not very good at all. I think it's fully complete. Yeah, fully complete. I only picked this up just because it was the last Crash game in my collection I needed, except from, actually most of the handhelds are the ones I needed from my last video. I didn't have the PS4 ones because they weren't out yet. So yeah, they are all of my Crash games in my collection. I'll put there.